here are concerned with building democracy from below, but there's of course a counterforce dedicated to destroying democracy from above, to creating what's called a democratic deficit, a gap between public opinion and policy. In the United States, there's a substantial gap between public opinion and public policy. Creation of what's called plutonomy. It's in an analysis recent analysis by Citigroup. Citigroup is an interesting bank. It's been feeding at the public trough for about 30 years. There's this regular cycle of very risky loans which bring huge profits, predictable crash, and an equally predictable bailout, and then the cycle starts again. We're right in the middle of one of those stages now. The Citigroup analysts are, of course, providing advice to investors, and their investment strategy, they say investments should focus on the very rich. That's where the action is. What they call their plutonomy stock basket, focusing on the very rich, they say has far outperformed the world index of developed markets since 1985, when the Reagan-Thatcher programs of enriching the rich were really taking off. That's a substantial extension of a rule that's been taught in business schools for a long time. It's called the 80-20 rule. The idea is that 20% of your customers provide maybe 80% of the profits, and you'd probably be better off if you could somehow figure out a way to get rid of the 80%. Other 80% are mostly a nuisance. Meanwhile, in the post-Cold War period, while this is all expanding, the government has slashed funding for diplomacy and has permitted the overseas headquarters of the new regional military commanders to double their Cold War size. There's one indication of what's happening is there are now more soldiers in military bands than there are foreign service officers to deal with the whole range of international issues. And all of this is expanding under Obama. His current budgets are on track to spend more on the military than any other president in post-war history in a first term of office. And that's not even counting the tens of billions of dollars that are going into the Iraq and Afghanistan war, with more slated for future years.